2026 Honda Gold Wing Trike is one of those machines that immediately grabs attention when you see it rolling down the highway. It's big, it's bold, and it blends the comfort of a luxury touring motorcycle with the reassurance and stability of a three-wheel setup. For anyone who loves the idea of long-distance riding but wants a little more confidence at low speeds, or for those who simply enjoy the unique feel of a trike, this model hits a sweet spot. What I want to do here is walk through how it's put together, how it performs on the road, and what makes it such a standout in the touring world. At the heart of the Gold Wing is Honda's proven 1833cc liquid-cooled, horizontally opposed 6-cylinder engine. That might sound like just a string of numbers, but in practice it means smoothness. Unlike a V-twin, which tends to rumble and shake, this 6-cylinder layout balances itself out, reducing vibration and creating a silky power band. The result is torque that's available low in the rev range, so when you twist the throttle, the trike moves forward with ease. On a steep hill or when overtaking a slow vehicle, it doesn't feel like you're asking too much of the engine. Instead, it responds with steady, confident pull. That's especially important when you've got the extra weight of the trike conversion and possibly a passenger and luggage on board. Honda offers both a traditional 6-speed manual transmission and their advanced dual-clutch transmission. The DCT is worth highlighting because it gives riders the choice between fully automatic shifting or paddle-style manual input. For people who do a lot of city riding, or just want to minimize fatigue on long stretches, it's a big advantage. The bike handles gear changes seamlessly, and the lack of a clutch lever makes low-speed maneuvers a little easier. Riders who prefer the traditional feel of shifting can still go with the manual version, but having that flexibility is one of the Gold Wing's strengths. Suspension is another area where the Gold Wing stands out. Instead of the standard telescopic fork that you find on most motorcycles, Honda uses a double wishbone front suspension. It's more complex, but it has real benefits. When you hit the brakes hard, the front end doesn't dive as much as it would on a traditional setup, which keeps the bike stable and gives you more confidence. Combine that with a Pro Arm single-sided swing arm at the rear, paired with a Pro Link shock, and you get a ride that feels planted and smooth. On the trike version, the rear suspension is modified to accommodate two wheels. Many conversions add independent rear suspension, which further improves comfort by letting each wheel move on its own over bumps instead of transferring every jolt across the back end. The result is a touring machine that feels less fatiguing on long rides, whether you're cruising over freshly paved highways or dealing with less than perfect backroads. Now, adding a third wheel changes the character of the Gold Wing. On a two-wheeler, you lean into corners, using body weight and balance as much as steering. On a trike, that lean is gone, replaced with a more direct steering input. Turning requires more effort on the bars because you're pushing against the road rather than leaning with it. Some riders miss the traditional motorcycle sensation, but in exchange you get unbeatable stability. At a stoplight you don't need to put your feet down. Parking on uneven ground is less stressful. For riders who may not feel comfortable balancing a heavy touring bike, the trike setup opens the door to experiencing everything the Gold Wing has to offer without the same concerns about toppling over. That extra confidence is one of the reasons trikes have become so popular, especially among riders planning long, multi-day trips. Comfort is really the theme of the Gold Wing. The seat is wide and supportive, with plenty of space for both rider and passenger. Legroom is generous, and the riding position is upright without being stiff. Honda has paid attention to wind management too. The electric windscreen can be adjusted at the push of a button, letting you raise it high for highway cruising or lower it for more airflow in hot weather. The fairing and bodywork are sculpted to direct wind around you, which cuts down on fatigue during long hours in the saddle. Heated grips and heated seats are available, which makes a huge difference if you're touring in cooler climates. For entertainment and navigation, the Gold Wing integrates Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, meaning you can connect your phone, use maps, play music, and take calls with relative ease. The dashboard is modern and clean, with a combination of digital and analog displays that are easy to read at a glance. Storage is another area where this trike shines. The standard Gold Wing already comes with saddlebags and a top trunk, and on trike versions, the rear often accommodates even more cargo space. That means you can load up for a week-long trip without feeling like you're sacrificing essentials. The lids are damped for smooth opening, the locks are integrated, and the finish matches the rest of the bike, so nothing feels like an afterthought. For riders who do cross-country journeys, that convenience is invaluable. On the road, the Gold Wing Trike feels powerful but composed. Acceleration is strong, though not aggressive, which suits its role as a long-distance machine. Cruising at highway speeds feels effortless, with the engine ticking over smoothly and the suspension soaking up imperfections. Handling is stable, though different from a two-wheeler. Corners require a steady hand and deliberate steering, but once you get the hang of it, the trike feels predictable and secure. Braking performance is solid, with linked braking systems that distribute stopping power effectively across all three wheels. Because of the additional weight, stopping distances can be longer than on a standard bike, but the stability during braking is a reassuring trade-off. The design language of the 2026 model keeps the Gold Wing's established character while adding a touch of modern flair. The front end is bold, with sharp LED lighting that provides excellent visibility. The fairings flow smoothly into the body, giving it a streamlined but muscular look. On the trike version, the widened rear end is styled to integrate with the rest of the bike rather than looking like an add-on. Fender lines, wheel design, and paint options all contribute to a cohesive aesthetic that makes the trike look as premium as it feels. Ergonomically, everything is where it should be. Switchgear is intuitive, grips are comfortable, and passenger accommodations are among the best in the touring class. Of course, it's not without compromises. The trike version is heavier than the two-wheel Gold Wing, which means it uses more fuel and requires more space to maneuver. It's wider at the rear, so lane splitting is out of the question and tight roads require more attention. For riders who love the lean and flow of a traditional motorcycle, the trike may feel less connected. And then there's cost. Between the base Gold Wing and the conversion or trike kit, this isn't an inexpensive option. It's an investment, both in purchase and in maintenance. But for many riders, especially those committed to long-distance touring or those who want to continue riding without worrying about balance, those compromises are worth it. The unique selling points are clear. The Gold Wing Trike offers the power and prestige of Honda's flagship touring platform, wrapped in a package that is accessible to a wider range of riders. It's luxurious without being excessive, advanced without being intimidating, and practical in ways that matter for real-world touring. From its six-cylinder engine to its advanced suspension to the sheer comfort of the seat and wind protection, every part of this